How do you do? Storyteller here, and welcome back to another of this week's journals. I'm bringing you a little bit closer so you can hear me. Not that you can't already hear me because I'm loud and obnoxious. Anyway, this has been a pretty interesting week. As you can see, I'm a little bit done up. It's been kind of a long day. So I'm kind of tired. My point is, I'm kind of tired, so this might not be a very long journal. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, but like I said before, it's been a pretty busy week, so lots happened. Lot to tell you about. Let's see, I'm going to start out with the beginning of the week. Either Monday or Tuesday. I kind of forget which day it was. My week gets a little muddled, but I was at the gym. You guys know I love to work out, and one of my favorite things to do is box downstairs. We have an entire room dedicated to punching bags and the speed bags, and it's basically a boxing training room. It's called never mind. That car is really annoying. That's one of our neighbors, by the way. You probably heard that. That's one of our neighbors. Anyway, so we have an entire room dedicated to training for boxing. And I was downstairs, and I usually spend about 3 minutes at a time just wailing at a bag. And I try to keep, a rhythm, 1, 2, duck, 1, 2, duck. And I'm doing that, and at the same time, there's a training bike in the corner. I think it's called a stationary, and there's a guy on the stationary, and I see he's kind of watching me, but not in that creepy kind of way, kind of just like casually glancing, and I'm like, whatever. Apparently, I had no idea, but I was sharing a room with a professional boxer. He does this. I want to say for a living. I don't know if it's for a living you can call it, but he does this regularly. He's fought fights for 20-something years. He's a pro boxer. So I had no idea until he gets up and he comes over and he starts reprimanding me on my bad form with my punches. Because the way I'm punching, I keep a good rhythm to it, and I'm good at the drawback, and I hit hard. But the way I hit, I drag my knuckles on the bag a little bit, that way. And he walks up to me, and I see he's only got one eyebrow. And he points to his eyebrow, and he says, "This is what happens when you drag your punches." Apparently, the skin over his eyebrow got ripped off during a fight because of dragging knuckles. So he proceeds to show me the correct way how to punch and withdraw, keeping your arms... I wasn't also blocking at the same time, which apparently, I keep saying apparently, is a strong part of training, is being smooth with your blocking techniques. And I wasn't doing it right, so he shows me how to block and how to punch, and he spends about 20 minutes with me, training with me. And then he takes me over the speed bag, and he asks me, "Did you ever do the speed bag?" I said, "I try, but I'm not very good at it." And he has me try. He goes, 1, 2, 3, duck, 1, 2, 3, duck. That's the rhythm. Well, I go 1, 2, 3, and out of habit, I go for a fourth punch, and the bag, wha-bam, right in my face. It's so embarrassing. Hits me smack in the middle of my face, and the guy starts bursting out laughing, just absolutely loses his mind laughing. I thought he was going to fall on the floor. So yeah, so I after that, he had me try again. 1, 2, 3, duck, 1, 2, 3. I now know why I duck. I now know why I am ducking. But yeah, he had a good laugh at that. So that was fun. That was either Monday or Tuesday. I kind of forget. I'm thinking maybe Tuesday, but I have no idea. So yeah, that was fun. And then, let's see, Thursday, reel ahead a few days to Thursday. My mom and I have been doing something together every Thursday over the summer. And this week, we were going to either go up to one of the casinos where there's a big shopping plaza there. Inside, it's a renowned place for shopping. They have outlets and stuff. We're going to go up there, but it was such a long drive, and we didn't have anybody go with us. Usually when we go up, we bring family like her sister, or we bring my grandmother, or my cousin and their kids. But we didn't have anybody to go with us, so instead of driving all the way out there, we went to a mall that I had never been. She'd been there before, but I had never been there. And we're walking around, and we're clothes shopping. Now, if you guys know, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but I've been looking for another job just because I'm not very fond of retail. I kind of want to get out of it, and I want to be working full-time because my plan is I want to move down south to go be with the Southwood Angel, my sister. So that's a work in the making. I don't know when that will be or anything like that, but I've been trying to get a new job so I can start saving up so I can move down there and get an apartment. And while we were shopping, I was actually shopping for clothes for when I get a job to work in, like t-shirts, and I got a pair of sneakers and stuff. While I was at the store, I got a phone call from an auto warehouse down here. They make car parts. It's a warehouse. It's very close to me, and they called me back and they said they want to bring me in for an interview. This Monday, that's tomorrow, I have an interview at 10:30 for a job in a warehouse, and pretty sure I'm gonna get it. I mean, warehouse jobs. I have all of my teeth, and my tattoos aren't that visible, and, I've never been to prison, so pretty sure I'm gonna get the job. Pretty sure. But you never know. I mean, I have some other options available to me right now. I could go somewhere else if they managed to turn me down to work in the warehouse. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get the job, so. Starting out, I'm hoping to get full-time each week full-time and to work consistent hours, because at this store I work at, the shifts are so inconsistent. You'll work 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. one day, then 11 to 4 the next day, and then you'll work 3 to 10 the next night. It's so inconsistent. I'm hoping to get a shift kind of job, like first shift, second shift, third shift. I could work the overnight. I could do that. I'm not good at staying up late, but as long as I'm moving and the blood is flowing, I can do it. But yeah, I'm excited. I really hope I get the job. I want to work completely full-time, save up my money so I can go down there as soon as I can, because I would really love to be with my sister, and I really liked it down south. The people are so nice, which is so unusual. Living up in the north, the people are horrible. But the people are nice down there. There's a lot of cool stuff down there. There's a lot to see. Like, as far as New England goes, I've seen a lot of it. I've done a lot of traveling around here. I've done a lot of, sightseeing. I've gone to all the landmarks that we're known for. I've gone out into the regions of the proximity of our area. I've seen a lot of it, and I'm ready for a change of scene. That was kind of funny. Seen a lot of it, ready for a new scene. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, so that's the goal, is I want to work full-time for the warehouse so I can vamoose. But that won't be for a little while, so no worries if you're thinking you're not going to hear from me for a while. That won't be for at least probably a few months, just so I want to save up enough not only to put a few months down on an apartment, but I also want to have enough to live off of until I can get a job down there. I'm told there's a lot of warehouses and those sort of jobs down there, especially where my sister is, so I'm hoping if I work here at a warehouse, I can either transfer or that they'll see that I have experience in warehouse working. Anyway, that's a whole lot of blah that you didn't need to hear, but yeah, job interview tomorrow. Hoping it goes well. Cross your fingers for me. And today, a real forward day, because yesterday we did do stuff. I was going to say yesterday was boring. It wasn't. We woke up and we went to this little diner, you could say, for breakfast. It was this little 50s. The walls were all tin, and they had leather bar stools at a breakfast bar, and there was a waitress running around with a pencil behind her ear who had a bad attitude. It was awesome. Just like a 50s diner. The food took about half an hour to get out. It was really a really long time, and we were hungry. But the food was pretty good. I mean, there's another breakfast place around here that I really like. They do good food, they have decent service, and, they sweep the floor more than once a year. Looks more appealing on the outside, doesn't have vines growing out through tin paneling. So yeah, but it was an experience. It was like a 50s diner to go have breakfast at. It was awesome. And then after that, we went to a flea market. Walked around there. We didn't get anything, but we always like to walk around those, look for treasures. Sometimes we find things. And then after that, we went tag sailing for a bit. And then we went out to a 1700s prison that's been closed down for a while. Nobody's been able to go into it, but recently they've reopened it for tours. You pay an admission, and then you go down. The prison is actually formed on top of an old copper mine. And they've only recently just reopened the tunnels. So all the tunnels are open. You can go down. It goes down, I think they said 70 feet below, and it just keeps going on and on and on. A lot of it is closed off to the public just because it's unsafe, but the caves go so spread out, and when you're down there, the ground is all sloped, and the ceiling is dripping water, and there's sodium build up on the walls, and you can see the copper lines in the walls. It's amazing. So incredible. And the prison, it's supposed to be haunted, by the way. A lot of bad things happen down there. Like down in the mines, there's an area where 2 prisoners who were extremely stupid stole some coal so that they could heat up the rocks and then throw cold water under the rocks, hoping that the rocks would crack and open a way up for them to tunnel up to the surface through a different way, because the guards would never go down into the mines. They wouldn't follow the prisoners down into the mines. They were on their own, so they would get locked in there during the night, and all night the miners and miners would be locked down in the mines in the pitch black. The only light they had was a little well that went down from above to the surface, and they would use it to lift the ore of the copper back up to the surface. But that was the only light that they had. But these 2 prisoners stole coal to heat up the rock, then throw water onto it to crack the rock. But what they didn't know was that the fumes from the coal would build up in the mines, and those 2 prisoners died down there from the fumes buildup. So that's just one of the stories. There's a lot of stories. There's a woman who was in the prison. She was kept above ground because she wasn't put into the mine, but there was a building above ground she was kept in. She murdered her husband with an axe. So yeah, a lot of dark stories in that place, but it's fascinating. I took so many pictures. It's an incredible place to visit, especially the mines. If you love crawling around in the dark, cold, and wet and hard recesses of the earth, then you love this place. So that was fun. After that, I went to the gym, and then we came back and relaxed for a while. I'm not sure what we did after that. My mind is kind of tired from today. This is turning into a long journal. Today we had our church picnic. So instead of going to church this morning, like most of the other church people, we went and picked up a bunch of stuff, and we were going to go to the park, the state park where we were having our picnic. But at the church building, we were supposed to pick up a grill. And the person who was supposed to help us, they had the truck, was supposed to be there for 9. We were all supposed to be there for 9 to pick up the grill and go to the park to set up the food and set up the tables and stuff. 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 9:50. This guy is not showing up. He lives just down the street, and he's not showing up. Finally, we get a call. He didn't show up because his check engine light came on his truck, and he didn't want to leave until he found out what was wrong with it. So yeah, we were an hour late to the park to set up, but thankfully, shut up! But thankfully, we got everything set up before people got there. I was the photographer for the day, but I was running around doing odd jobs, helping out, refilling things or carrying things for people, or all sorts of stuff. And then afterwards, we had to break everything down, bring everything back to the church, clean up there. It was a lot of work, but it was fun. A lot of people brought food. It was kind of like a everybody brings something type of deal. Of course, nobody does. I mean, not everybody does. A lot of people just show up, eat, and leave, which is annoying. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I took, like I said, I took pictures the whole time. We had a baptism, and they waded out so far into the water. I didn't have my long zoom lens on, so I actually had to wade out into the water with them in order to take the pictures for the baptisms. And another cool thing, also to get aerial video footage, we had a drone. Our lead of the tech team brought his drone with a camera on it and hovered it over the lake to take a video of the baptism. So, that's pretty cool. We're a very technologically advanced church, I guess. But yeah, so that was fun. Lots of photos to edit tonight. But it was a good time. I'm very tired, so ready to just relax and sit here at my desk and edit photos. Grab a snack. We have some leftovers from the picnic. A lot of people left food, so we just brought food home and we'll eat it for dinner, I guess. But yeah, had a good time. I'm very tired, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's a pretty long journal anyway. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!